Will pistachios tofu? Whoa. Hello friends and not yet friends, welcome back to Mary's Test Kitchen, where I've shelled out the big bucks for this nutty experiment. Or should I say seedy, because technically they're seeds. For the best chance of success, I went with raw, pre-shelled to save my fingertips and sanity. My wallet, however, could not be saved. This was the best deal I could find, and it wasn't a deal. $33 for 405 grams, a little less than our usual pound of dry ingredients in this series, where we take the traditional method of making bouncy, high-protein soy tofu and apply it to non-traditional ingredients. If this works, it'll become the most expensive tofu we've ever made on the channel, beating out pumpkin seed tofu and hempfu by 3 to 5 times. Peer pressure is real, my friends, but at least y'all been polite about it. So I'll soak these overnight. And the next day, they are plump, not so little gems. They've come a long way, and not just overnight, but archaeological evidence suggests pistachios have been eaten as far back as the Bronze Age in Central Asia. Turns out humans have always had expensive taste. As usual, I add about double their volume of water and blend on high speed in the Vitamix for 30 seconds, half at a time, and into my trusty nut milk bag. Repeat with the rest of the pistachios. Then time to put in the work. It's arm day. And meanwhile, wonder about our pistachio food prospects. Looking at the nutritional label, I worked out the total amount of fat is 189 grams for the amount that we've used today. Total carbs are 180 grams, of which 40.5 grams are from fiber. Then in the milk, there should be 27 grams of sugar dissolved, which leaves 40.5 grams to be starch, and 108 grams of protein. Just to give us a reference, let's compare to pumpkin seeds because they're more comparable than soy, and we already know they make for amazing bouncy firm pumfu. The fat and protein values are similar for the same weight, but pistachios have a lot more starch and sugar. The fiber I'm not so concerned about because I'm guessing it's going to be in the pulp. Speaking of pulp, it takes about 5 minutes and about the same amount of effort as milking pumpkin seeds to get it as dry as this. It feels really similar to that pumpkin seed pulp as well, so I think it's going to make really lovely pistachio crackers. I'm always making crackers with the nut and seed pulps because it's just too easy. Just mix in some seasonings, whatever you like, then you can spread it out on a parchment, roll it flat, and then you can bake them crispy. They're so delicious and satisfying. I even made a sweet version to enrobe in chocolate once, but only once because that was a bit dangerous for me. However, I'm going to keep this in the fridge for now because we have this lovely pistachio milk to deal with. I'm going to cover it and let it rest for 40 minutes to see if that starch will settle to the bottom of the bowl while I clean up the mess I've made. In previous Will It Tofus, some milk had their starch separate easily, others not so much. We just never know until we try. An hour later, because I forgot to set a timer, there is no distinct starch layer. But I'm not too fussed, let's just move on into the pot. I've also got a half cup of room temperature water, food grade gypsum aka calcium sulfate, my thermometer, and flat edged spatula to make sure the milk doesn't burn at the bottom while we heat this milk up. But I think we have time to get that coagulant mixture on standby. And might as well do a raw pistachio milk taste test while we're here. Mild, raw, that light pistachio flavor that you would expect, but it's actually a bit more intense than I thought it would be. And it has a hint of spice, like the floral note in white pepper, which I really was not expecting. Interesting. As usual, I want to take our milk to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, or even to a boil, because if you recall from our pumfu, hempfu, and chickfu episodes, they started to separate into curds and whey even without an added coagulant. I have a feeling that pistachios might follow suit. We're at 180 degrees Fahrenheit and pushing up. Do you see that? I see separation. Could this be another tofu that makes itself? Fresh curd taste test. Very creamy, very smooth. Oh, enhanced nuttiness coming through, even though it's not roasted. Let's look at this whey. It's still looking kind of milky. I want to add coagulant because it's still so milky. Let's look at the temperature here. 162. I'm just gonna turn the heat for a minute. Get this bubbling again because I want it at a warmer temperature before I add the coagulant. Just gently stir. We're going to cover this for 15 minutes and come back. We'll see what we have. It's been 15 minutes. Let's give it a look-see. It looks pretty similar to before we added the coagulant, aka the calcium sulfate. Let's give the whey a taste test. That tastes is like very much vegetable broth. Like when you make a broth made of onions, celery, and carrots, like it's giving sweet, it has like that vegetal, like green quality to it. Let's give the curds, like the fresh curds, a taste. I don't expect it to taste any different because the reason why I love calcium sulfate as a coagulant is it doesn't leave flavor. So yeah, it tastes the same. The thing is, it's very, very tender. It's very, very creamy. I was thinking I would add vinegar to this to help tighten any bonds maybe, but should we? Let's bring it to a boil again and add vinegar. Let's do it. Let's just go for it. I forgot to press record, but I put 2 tablespoons in and then just stirred it gently, stopped the motion. And then I'm going to cover this up and we'll wait 15 minutes and just see what we get. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Let's see if it's like basically the same or... It looks the same. It looks the same, but let's check out the texture of that curd. It's got a little tang to it, but it feels the same. It feels like the vinegar didn't really make a difference at all. But the whey is got the hint of vinegar now. Still, it's still a nice broth, right? Because like every soup needs a little bit of tang, and that'll be the tang. So I'm gonna save that broth for sure. Let's grab my favorite tofu press. It's the NOYA tofu press. The most recent one that I bought does not come with a cloth, so I'll leave a link for the cloth as well as the tofu press itself. I still think it's a really good deal even without the cloth included. And also, the cloth that I recommend is like extra big. And although you don't really have to buy a cloth, I mean, if you had a t-shirt that you are not using anymore, possibly you could use that. I don't know. I've never tried that, but like in my imagination, it works. So anyways, I want that to drain some so I can add the rest. Oh man, I'm burning my fingers right now. Dump some of this. Now I think we've made some room. All right, I'm gonna let this cool because I haven't yet warped this or any of its sisters yet, but I'm not gonna chance it. So I'm gonna cover this so that no dust falls in, and I'm gonna wait for like 15-20 minutes for it to cool down some, clean up the rest of all this stuff, put my whey into a jar so I can store it, and then come back when it's a little bit cooler. I like that this has the vents there. Just makes things easy. Now I can put this whole thing in the fridge so it can keep pressing. The spring in there is continuously, you know, putting pressure there. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Ooh, it's soft, 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 soft. You can't see it yet from your angle. It's very soft, crumbling off my hands. It's like handling a block of crustless cheesecake. Let's see if it slices like it too. Sticks to the knife like crazy. Oh, yeah, and then we're seeing how delicate it is. Reminds me of something. Solid enough to cut, but very, very soft. Does it remind you of another seed foo? If you said sunflower foo, our great minds are thinking alike. I was hoping more for something solider. I was hoping for something more solid like pumfu, but this is so luxurious and beautiful, I can't be disappointed. Like, look at this fluffy texture. But what does it taste like? Oh no, I did make a horrible mistake. The vinegar flavor is very clear. Can I cover it with a sweetener? No, it's just weird now. How about salt? What does it taste like with salt? It's really rich, so I feel like I don't want to have a lot. Give it a try. It tastes like salad dressing. It tastes like I just put a spoon of salad dressing in my mouth. Why is it giving Miracle Whip? Miracle Whip for billionaires? Luxury sandwich spread is what I've made today. $33 sandwich spread. Well, not exactly. We also have a lovely liter and some of slightly tangy pistachio broth, plus a lot of pistachio pulp that I can make into crackers and other things, and the knowledge that this can be done. Just don't add vinegar to try to tighten up the curds because it won't help. Ugh, it's so beautiful that I want to try again, but my wallet disagrees. Maybe if we can get a sponsor on board. Hear that, big pistachio? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. I've got to get soaking the next ingredient, so why don't you watch this next video that YouTube seems to think that you'll enjoy. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching to the end, and bye for now!